Hello and welcome to Fire Walk with Us. I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
And Justin.
This week we're discussing Twin Peaks The Return Part 16, or as I'm calling it, the episode where David finally gets Cooper back and stops bothering me about my favorite character, which is Dougie Jones.
Just Dougie.
Dougie Jones.
Dougie.
And David might be having a seizure of happiness right now.
Mm-hmm.
You should not be making sounds like that. Alrighty, let's get on to the plot. This might take a while.
Yeah, just a
There's a few things that happen.
It's a long one. Okay. Cooper's doppelganger and Richard drive down a dirt road and make their way to the coordinates that were given to the doppelganger. Jerry sees them as they approach a rock where Richard is instructed to inspect. On the top of the rock, he receives an electric shock and is disintegrated.
Yay.
Doppelganger says, "Goodbye, my son." Then types out a text message reading "Smiley face all."
I have no idea what that's supposed to mean, but okay.
I don't know. And he then gets in his truck and drives away.
I think at the very most, I sort of thought of that as, it's all good!
Happy all.
Hutch and Chantal wait in their van outside the Jones home. Two FBI cars arrive, and the agents find that there is nobody home, and they head to Lucky 7 Insurance. Cooper lays comatose in a hospital bed, Janie E. and Sonny Jim at his side. Mullins arrives, followed by the Mitchum brothers and their assistants, who bring food, then offer to stock the Jones home. Gordon stands in the hotel at Buckhorn. Janie E. takes Sonny Jim to the bathroom, leaving Mullins alone with Cooper. He receives a call about the FBI agents at the insurance office looking for Dougie. Hutch and Chantal sit in their van idly and chat as Agent Wilson and another agent return to the Jones home. A limo arrives, followed by a bus brought by the Mitchums, who go into the house. A Polish accountant approaches Hutch and Chantal, complaining that they are in his driveway. When they refuse to move, he pushes their van with his car. Chantal shoots at him, and he returns fire. They then drive away, and the accountant continues shooting, killing both of them.
I move car.
The FBI agents arrest the man as the Hutchins van catches fire. The Mitchums watch the spectacle with confusion. People be really stressed.
Well, I guess.
Just a tedious bit.
Mullins hears a noise in the hospital and follows it. Mike appears to Cooper as he wakes up. Finally, mentally and physically restored to his former self, he tells Cooper that his doppelganger did not return to the lodge and gives him the ring. Cooper has Mike make another duplicate of himself with a strand of his hair, similar to the sea that Dougie Jones turned into. Janie E. and Sonny Jim arrive, followed by Mullins. Cooper announces that he is leaving the hospital, and the doctor lets him go. Cooper borrows Mullins' handgun and asks him to contact the Mitchum brothers to tell them that he is bringing his family to the Silver Mustang Casino and needs a plane to Spokane. Cooper gives Mullins a message to read to Cole as he gives his farewells. Cooper leaves with the Jones family as the FBI arrives at the hospital. Continuing on. Diane smokes at a hotel bar and receives a text message sent by Cooper's doppelganger. Unnerved, she remembers and responds with a series of numbers. 485514201171163956.
Oh, shoot.
Well, like the same number of something that happened earlier in the show.
Oh, shoot.
Season, maybe.
She checks her handbag, revealing a gun before walking away from the bar and goes to Gordon, Albert, and Tammy, where she tells them about the night Cooper's doppelganger visited her. She recounts the evening, which occurred a few years after Cooper's disappearance. By the end of the encounter, Diane says that he attacked her and took her to an old gas station, saying that it was a sheriff's station. Diane becomes very upset, saying, "I'm not me," draws the gun that she has in her purse. Albert and Tammy react in time, shooting her before she abruptly disappears. A
flew out.
A horrified Tammy realizes that Diane was I think Tulpa is how you pronounce it.
That's how I wrote it.
Gordon questions what she meant by sheriff's station. Diane appears in the red room where Mike tells her that she was manufactured. She bluntly acknowledges this before cursing him out. I fucking know that. Her face breaks open, releasing black smoke and a seed before she disintegrates.
Don't lose your head. Whatever.
Cooper brings Janie E. and Sonny Jim to the casino where the Mitchums take notice of his different behavior. He tells Janie E. and Sonny Jim that he has to leave, but appreciates the time he spent with them. Though assures that he will be back, first misspeaking that Dougie will be back. Janie E. realizes that he is not Dougie, but he does not acknowledge it to them. Janie E. thanks him for his help and kisses him before he goes.
Dougie, I will be back.
Yep. Cooper speaks to the Mitchum brothers about his actual identity on the way to the plane, which has some of my favorite lines. We are not normally accepted in these places.
Yeah.
Initially protesting that while they love Dougie Jones, whom they still think Cooper is, they are traditionally not welcome in such places or by such people as law enforcement. Cooper agrees, but asserts that the situation will be different as they have hearts of gold. To which Candy enthusiastically agrees. And finally, we go to the Roadhouse, where the MC welcomes Edward Lewis, Severson III. Audrey and Charlie arrive and sit at the bar. The MC introduces Audrey's dance, and the floor clears for her to dance until a jealous husband starts a fight. Audrey runs to Charlie, asking him to get her out, but she finds herself in a white room, looking in a mirror. The Roadhouse band continues to play, but this time in reverse. Thus endeth the episode.
At least that made more sense at the ending than the other episode.
Did it?
Maybe. I don't know. To me, it made more sense. Not even going to see that girl again.
I think it did. Something's up with Audrey.
Yeah.
Everything that sort of happened with her hasn't been real.
Or has it?
Again, I'm not particularly sure, but just with her looking in the mirror, it's just like, oh shit, she really waking up now.
Well, okay, so we know that her and Cooper's doppelganger had a kid. That's Richard. So I don't know what's going on.
Again, that's sort of as I'm sort of taking. I think that's what this show's supposed to do. So, anywho's, obvious thing out of the way. Oh my gosh, Cooper's back!
I was like, fuck yeah.
Cooper is back. He'll be here for the finale.
Oh man, Cooper against Doppel Cooper.
Yeah, we have like a whole 2 episodes left or something.
Only 2 episodes left.
Yeah.
We're nearly done with all of this. Where is the time gone?
We're nearly done.
Yeah, true.
For now.
Yes, we all know we're going to do another big fancy thing coming next year.
Well, there could also end up being more Twin Peaks in the future, but who knows?
Give it another 40 years.
I wouldn't be too surprised.
So, what did y'all think of this episode?
It was good.
Okay,
I
David
have to
just...
laugh at the misfortune that happened upon the assassins.
Oh, yeah.
On the one hand, I'm not too surprised because they did the one thing in the show that nobody should ever do. They tried to go after Dougie. Why didn't you go after Dougie? Dougie is such a good guy.
Yeah.
I love how this accountant, for some reason, has, like this, fucking, machine gun?
I think it's an Uzi.
Whatever. Some rapid-fire handgun.
It's an automatic.
And he just, why?
I couldn't, again, my apologies, but just from his accent, wouldn't say, closest I'd say would be maybe Russian, from what he was trying to portray, but just from his sort of accent, it's like him having all that stuff happen. I was not surprised when he pulled out the gun. I was like, oh, there it
You're
is.
in my driveway. You no move, I move car.
Everywhere online that I found, he's referred to as the Polish accountant, so...
Okay. No, that also makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so did either of you have a favorite character or moment in this episode? I think it's obvious what David's is going to be.
Well, it's nice. Even the Twin Peaks theme even played.
Yeah.
While driving.
It's kind of like the most... I don't know how to, like... It's so obvious, but it works so well.
So there too.
Like, right when we get Cooper back, we get the theme, and it swells, and it's just great.
And they're he's going back to Twin Peaks.
He's going back to Twin Peaks.
So, it wasn't shown any sort of bit within this episode, but when I did watch it, the one thing that crossed my mind was one of the visions that Andy had when he went into the other dimension of things.
Okay, what was
And
that?
the one particular thing that I'm hoping goes decently well is the encounter that supposedly happens with Andy and Lucy in the sheriff's office.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure who is it going to be because it only shows Lucy and Andy around in that same sort of position, but despite the fact that it's already been made with the show and all this particular stuff, show if you do anything to harm Lucy or Andy, I swear I'm going to get in a vehicle and come down there and give you a straight talking to.
You're gonna tweet at David Lynch.
No, I'm physically going to meet him in person and speak to David Lynch.
Fuck.
It's like, I don't need another angry mob of fans. Go away.
No, I think he'd probably take it as like a compliment.
Maybe.
He seems like the kind of dude who'd be like, that's awesome. Alright, Justin, do you have a favorite character or moment in this episode?
Well, yeah, I had to say Cooper coming back was the most important moment of this episode.
For sure.
I just also liked watching the assassins at the start just not be successful.
They were also a little bit on edge. They were starting to run out of cheesies.
Looks like a fucking circus parade.
Yeah, so my thing is definitely Cooper coming back as well.
Yay!
I mean, we've gone 15 and a half episodes without Cooper at this point.
I know, we're kind of in withdrawal. Help.
Pretty much this entire season.
Yeah. We haven't had Cooper since the end of last season.
And we just have Dougie there all taunting us, being not Cooper.
Although, I do love the way Dougie wears a tie.
And you gotta admit, Dougie does grow on you. But then, of course, that could also come to the fact that you had been with him for so long. Or forced upon him.
I like Dougie, because Dougie's funny.
You like anything that's ridiculously silly and funny.
Well, yeah, of course. But I have a soft spot for Dougie. I think he's great. But
And I can understand that now. At the start of the series, though, oh boy.
I also don't think it would have hurt if they would have made that switch at like episode 9 or something.
That would have been nice. That definitely would have been nice.
Now we have 2 more episodes to enjoy them.
Until season 4.
And the supposed cliffhanger that they're going to put at the end of the series just to drive everyone nuts.
You're going to love the final scene, David.
It's going to most likely be a mild case of acceptance as well as the traditional response of, oh, come on!
It's gonna be another How's Annie?
Yeah, kinda.
How is Annie? It's been an age and a half. How is Annie?
She's probably fine.
Probably.
Nah, I wouldn't be too surprised. Who knows? It's probably the person that they mentioned that Cooper's seen.
Maybe. Who knows? And on that note, I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
And Justin.